as you get a look at Bills Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills.
That's mine.
Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure. And they will start at the
What Charger did to your phone? Just see.
Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to
Just see if
start the game.
it's dead to the controller.
Because not only do you give up penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Going to give this one to Singletary. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The back for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine.
You see that one hand?
You
see that one hand?
And they have it at the 38-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did. Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
On play action, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Now Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bills have taken the early lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. after the touchdown pass to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. A short game that doesn't give them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation. Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Singletary. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for their fullback. Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
Get in there. Got him. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Yeah, you're lucky.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play action. Now it's Allen.
Nah, get that out of here.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there. You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty? I don't even know why they asked the sideline. Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Yeah, sub him out. Sub him out. Sub him out.
Bass on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. return from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Looking for you. Let's go.
Prescott to throw it.
Got it.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Throwing. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted.
Incomplete. That's
Picked up by Micah
incomplete.
Hyde. And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Six yards left on 2nd down. Here's Singletary. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told me, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Allen now looks to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill. Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get your first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. Big hole up the middle, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown.
I might beat you like the coach did
Houston. Bass to kick it away.
The coach blew the shit out of Houston, man. 31-0. 31-0. You seen this go?
Here right at the 30-yard line. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. So after the INT, it's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time was a pretty one play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A.J. Klein. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Sorry.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 27. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield. Loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott being chased out left. He nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. Final play of the half, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right.
I actually threw, man.
But there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
No, I'm going to keep it going.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Play action now, Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on a passing play.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
On second down, Elliott once more. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Rolling to his left. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Flag.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 92 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And able to get this one
Thought you had it.
35 before he's brought down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Allen now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a fourth down.
He's faking. He's
Oftentimes when
faking.
you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
What do we do?
So that one will be accepted. Out of his end zone, Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Are you getting in, bro? You think that's going to stop us?
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. They'll roll him out right.
Watching him!
Goodness, another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bills. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long.
I'll be waiting on my
Receivers have
series.
been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think
We
you
might
can
just
say
go
my
one.
kicker's hurting this month. No, okay.
And out now come the Cowboys. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now Prescott rolling to his right. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Vernon Butler able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And look at this starting field position. That'll be touchdown inside the 30-yard line. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. Seems like the measuring stick for receiver
You sure you want to do
game
it?
is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little pass.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Bills continue to pour it on. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
In trouble, and he's taken down. A.J. Klein able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And pressure coming in. They got him once again. A.J. Klein in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught. A big play here for Buffalo.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Where you going? The Pills? They in here. In my draw.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss
in my
of
draw.
4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
I'm ready for my cereal, man.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And Allen is actually going to throw it here to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. He was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Yeah, do it again like that.
Do it right.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play here for Dallas.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
They're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. He finds his target, it's Schultz.
Talk to me.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Hey, where's Giovanni? It won't even let me get in. It won't let me get in. I had to put the maintenance thing. I had to send a maintenance thing.